Satnam, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Gobind, and this is your channel for grace. Thank you guys so much for being here live, and thank you to those of you that are watching the replay. Welcome to our weekly broadcast where we're going to go over the astrology of the week. I will show you the charts on the screen, and then we're going to do an Akashic reading with the cards, tarot and oracle cards, to get a message from the week from our spirit guides, angels, teachers about this week. And the intuitive messages can be really nice to understand the more emotional side, the more storyline side, which the planets can also tell us a story very much as well. So I hope you guys are doing good. Here we go, another week. It's been a little crazy. It's been a little wild. Ever since Uranus came into Gemini, it's like, whoa, crazy, unpredictable things are happening, like the energy's twirling, swirling, and we kind of have to just stay on top of it. We just have to do our best to stay on top of it. And I hope that you are doing your best in this energy. Let me say hi to everyone that's here before we dive into the content. Hello, Dawn. Welcome in. Hello, Diane. Good to see you. Rochelle is also here. We've got Karina. We've got Valerie. Hey, good to see you. We've got Maria. Welcome in. And if you are here watching live, please say hi in the chat. I love the live chat interaction when I do the live broadcast. We got some pretty really fun things planned in the future for the channel. And I'm so excited about it. Hello, Raessa. Welcome in. And I do want to make a couple of announcements before we go into the charts. So first of all, I have recently had the opportunity to do a podcast with Christopher Witecki. Hello, Shala. Welcome in. And he's an amazing astrologer. He's been doing it for like over 20 years. He was, in fact, the first astrologer to post an astrology video on YouTube, which is crazy. And he has developed his own astrology system, which he calls that's hilarious, which he calls step astrology. And I always wondered, like, I was following him for a while, and I always wondered, like, oh, I would love to learn this step astrology. I would love to learn this system. And I come to find out recently, crazy, that like I connected with him through a mutual friend who invited me to be on his podcast, and then he did a reading for me. I did a reading for him, and we're like super like connected now. And it's amazing to me that it's always right on time. I always feel like perfect timing, that now he's ready to like teach this class, and I've always wanted to take it. So if you're not familiar with what step astrology is, it's basically what he does is he takes the degrees of the zodiac wheel and all the signs from 0 to 29, and he gives them each number, each degree has a specific meaning, and they teach us about manifesting. That's one of the ways that the system is used. And so one of the cool things is that, in astrology, there is a lot of emphasis on the planets and the signs. And of course, I love all of that. But I have noticed that the degrees kind of get a little bit left out. And it would be fascinating to dive into this concept of learning about the degrees so that I personally can start applying that to our readings here. Like, wouldn't that be amazing? So to give you a more kind of a formal description for those of you that are really actually interested, step astrology is a soulful system of astrology developed by Christopher Witecki that brings together the wisdom of numerology, the emotional flow of astrology, and the intuitive rhythm of the soul's journey. In this system, each degree of the zodiac from 0 through 29 is treated as its own step, giving each planet and placement in your chart a specific spiritual and emotional signature. So instead of only focusing on your sun sign, step astrology shows you which step of your sign you are and what that reveals about how you feel, how you think, how you manifest, and how you grow. And what the class is going to offer is we're going to learn the history and the philosophy behind step astrology. We're going to learn how the step system unlocks the architecture of our consciousness. We're going to understand the secret meaning behind each degree of the zodiac and why they're more multidimensional than just numbers. We're also going to discover the steps that we have been missing, learn to use our unique steps to navigate our emotions, and discover our perfect timing for healing and materializing and manifesting. We're going to master our own energetic blueprint of our incarnation and mission and purpose, which everyone always has a question about that. And then also learn to strengthen our emotional foundation with step tools to support lasting change. Hello, Anastasia. So all of those things are included in the class. And the reason why I'm talking about Christopher's class is because I've actually affiliated with him, and I'm actually taking the course myself, and I want to invite all of you to join me in taking the course. So there's two options for the class. One of them is the personal class, which you learn it for yourself. But when you learn it, it's you're going to also have an opportunity to look at other people's charts just by curiosity, right? But then they also have a professional version of the class, which is the one that I'm signed up for. And they both have a part A and a part B, and you can sign up for part A by itself or part A and B. And there's a discount if you sign up for both. Anyways, I'm really excited about partnering with him with this and helping him bring more students into this class. This is something that I 100% recommend. When I had my session with him, it blew my freaking mind. He told me things that I always, I kind of knew, but the way that he put it and the way that the step system and the degrees actually showed me information about my planets that I would have never known if he hadn't pointed these things out. It blew my mind. And then he did a reading for my husband, and it blew his mind. And so he's amazing. So this is a not to be missed opportunity, because also this is going to be probably the only time that he's going to be doing this class. And that's how they're promoting it. It's there's not going to be another one. So you want to do the live, you want to be in the live cohort. And there's going to be replays for everything too, which is really exciting. And class begins tomorrow. So if you want to sign up, there is a code. I put it in the description of this video. There's links in the description of the video for all the different options, for the personal part A and B, and for the professional version. And then also a discount code where you get $21 off if you use the code. And those are links specifically for our community. So it's very exciting. I love it. I've never really, partnered like this with anybody, but this just felt really right. So I did send an email about it today. You may have gotten it. And anyways, I'm letting you guys know it's available, it's here, and it's a really exciting thing. So now we can actually dive into this astrology. So let me share my screen here. And we do have a very important week today, or this week in general, because we have the sun today at 29 degrees of Cancer, which means that the sun is going to be entering into the sign of Leo tomorrow. So this is the last day of Cancer season, and we know that 29 degrees of Cancer, or 29 degrees of any sign, is a critical energy. It is the kind of culminating energy of that sign. It is the master energy of that sign. It's also prepared for the next phase, for the next level. I think it's so cool though. I just realized I'm oh yeah, they're starting on Leo season, sun at 0 degrees of Leo. There's got to be a reason for that. I love it. I'm sure we'll find out tomorrow in class. But so this is what is significant of this week. And then also today, there is an important aspect that is Venus making a T-square to the nodes. Exactly at 19 degrees. And whenever there's any kind of interaction with the nodes, it brings in this concept of karma and healing karma. And in terms of a square, a T-square to the nodes, we're experiencing karmic healing and challenges coming up to be resolved and to be healed and to be worked through and seen. So if karmic things are showing up right now, then it's really important because they need to be worked through. It's a challenge, and challenges need to be met with action, drive, motivation. It's very Mars-like energy. And it is also technically a square to Mars. So there could be something kind of important showing up this week that needs to be seen so that it can be cleared. And that's how we begin our week. Then if we go to the next day, we can see now that officially the sun has now entered into the sign of Leo, which calls in this energy of passion and creativity. And 0 degrees of Leo, again, another beautiful energy. Actually, this is actually really cool. I'm just not realizing this. So I have my moon at 0 degrees of Leo. And that means that tomorrow the sun is going to be exactly on my moon. I'm going to have a sun-moon conjunction at the powerful degree of 0, the pure energy of Leo. And this is when we're starting the class. I'm like, oh my God, just now, wow, this is kind of cool. But anyways, so yeah, sun enters Leo, the energy shifts. We're now in fire sign again. So this is the second fire sign of the season. And, you know, we love to focus on seasons here, the astrological seasons. And, you know, in the Starseed membership, we cover, you know, all this information. We go through the seasons together. We use the Seasons and Stargates book, which I also recommend you get. There's also links in the description to get your book. But the new season means a shift in the energy, a total shift in the theme. And fire is more about the creative life force. Fire is, especially with Leo, it's a fixed fire energy. So it sustains. It's a fire that holds. It's also connected to the heart and what you truly love and loyalty. And this is where the sun is its strongest because the sun rules the sign of Leo. So this is a beautiful energy that we're moving into. Like we're starting with a little bit of a challenge, but then we're moving into this beautiful new beginning and a whole new season. So then we go to the 23rd, which the major aspect that's happening on this day. So it's like right away we see as the sun enters Leo, it will make a sextile to Uranus. And that sextile to Uranus happens exactly the next day, but it's still at 0 degrees. So you can see like that Uranus is already kind of bringing his energy in, and it is really beautiful. It's a beautiful activation. You know, Uranus can bring in those like transformative energies. And when we welcome them in, beautiful shifts can happen. So there's definitely a little bit of a push to, you know, heal and to move forward and to not get stuck in any way, shape, or form. This is not a week that this is not like getting stuck week. This is definitely like keep moving forward. You know, even if you feel like you're struggling a little bit at the beginning of the week, like you got this. Let's go, because there's some powerful thing that's going to shift tomorrow, and we're going to feel the difference, and it's a positive thing. So we get to the 23rd, which is technically Wednesday, where Sun sextiles Uranus, and then Venus does make her actual exact square to Mars. That can bring in some uncomfortable energy in terms of in the relationship place, maybe some passive aggressiveness. So that's not a good vibe, but still, the squares are the ones that challenge us to change things, to evolve. And Venus making that T-square to the nose is take this energy, take what shows up, and how can you actually bring love to it to actually heal it? Maybe it just needs to be seen. Maybe it needs to be acknowledged. Maybe it needs to be actually worked through. And maybe it just needs to be like dissipated. Maybe it just needs to be brought into a peaceful state, loved into dissolution. Is the theme that I've been working with that has been really coming up. What's really cool is that on the next day, which is the 24th, we actually see the exact, the new moon in Leo. So not only do we have Leo season, not only are we ending Cancer season with kind of a strong energy, we're also getting a new moon in Leo this week. And that happens on the 24th. And we will be diving into what that moon represents. I'm going to be doing the new moon astrology and the human design and the gene keys reading. And then also we'll have our beautiful ceremony on Thursday here on the channel. But this is a new beginning. New moons are always new beginnings. And this Leo energy is really powerful, and it's happening at the very early degrees of Leo. And we're going to start to see, this is a theme. The moons are like happening earlier and earlier in the degrees. And so when we get to Virgo season, we're actually going to see 2 new moons in Virgo. We're going to see one at exactly 0 degrees and then another one at exactly 29 degrees. And then we're starting to get closer and closer to the eclipses. So that's another energy that's being activated as we move towards Virgo season 1. You know, we don't have to think about that yet, but I just want to tell you that like there's some powerful things that are like coming up. And this is a beautiful new beginning. It's time to set an intention. It's passion. It's creativity. Leo is children. It is, you know, that life force energy. It's the heart. It's inner child healing. And it's like playfulness. So I feel like this is definitely going to be a beautiful energy. There's some other aspects happening on that day, like that new moon is going to be making a trine to Saturn and Neptune, highlighting the themes of Saturn and Neptune. And then the next day on the 25th is actually interesting because we're going to see the sun make an exact opposition to Pluto. So that's heavy. That's definitely not an easy transit. It can bring up like power struggles. It can feel like we're up against something that has power, and we may feel like on opposite ends. And like, how do we find the healing there? How do we find the balance? So that's the key, is that this is a time to actually find balance and healing, to find the middle path. So, and then there's no other like major aspects. So that would be Friday. And then we go, you know, Saturday, the moon is going to enter Virgo. And then on Sunday, well, yeah, it's kind of significant. The moon will make a conjunction on Sunday to the South Node. So kind of bringing in maybe like a cohesive ending, a realization by the end of the week. So to review, like today's the last day of Cancer. 29 degrees can be very emotional as well. I was very emotional today. Like this definitely resonates for me. I'm sure that a lot of people are experiencing that as well. Then we have, you know, this Venus T-square to the nodes. And then tomorrow we enter Leo season. That's beautiful. There's a sextile to Uranus. Then we see the new moon in Leo. So also think about it like this, that this week, this means that the moon, especially when it's in Cancer, it's technically in its balsamic phase. So the moon going through the balsamic phase means that it is a reflective period as well. We're preparing for a new cycle with the new moon in Leo, but it's also a purge. It's also about letting go and releasing of that which no longer serves you. Then we see the square to Mars from Venus, which again can bring up some kind of like that, you know, passive aggressive energy. Again, challenges to heal, to face things, to move through them, to just do what you got to do, to push through the energy. And it is a push because the squares push you to act. They don't let you just sit there and do nothing, which is like kind of good. You know, yeah, it's intense and difficult, but it's actually good. Then moon will pass through Virgo and will make a conjunction to the South Node towards the end of the week. So that's kind of like the progression. So it's a big week. Like whenever you have anything in the astrology that's making, you know, big transitions, you're going to see that. You're going to see that happening. You're going to feel the shift. You're going to feel the energy shift. So let's see what the cards want to tell us about this. And I also want to, let me pull something up real quick. And I do want to say hi to those of you that are here. Hello, Shelly. Hello, Anastasia and Robin. Welcome in. All right. So what we're going to do now is we are going to open up the records. And as I do this, this is like an opportunity. Anytime I open up the records, it's an opportunity for you to tune in like to your own energy. And I always like to say, if you have tarot or oracle cards yourself and you want to pull cards while I'm pulling cards, then please do so, because it makes it more fun and interactive for you as well from home. So here we go. Feel free to close your eyes as we tune in. From the deep depths of the cosmic mind, I hear a whisper. This whisper calls us inwards towards our essence. A light begins to glimmer at the center of our heart. This is the light of unity, the all-knowing wisdom of the One. Through this door, we open the gates of the Akashic, the magical flower of life. We see our duality. We recognize our sacred trinity. We begin to witness infinite possibilities as we become the observer and the observed. A powerful and luminescent light engulfs our being, and we feel many dimensions all at once. We enter the Akashic records, protected and loved by all star beings that have accessed these portals before. The records are now open. May wisdom flow, may understanding descend, and may we be blessed with the light of love. Hello, Linda. Welcome in. Good to see you. Alrighty then. So let's shuffle some cards. I also have to keep my eye out on the weather because there is a storm kind of approaching, but not really. And we've had this before happen during our broadcast where like some crazy windstorm starts to happen. So just going to make sure I can watch that. Looks okay so far. So here we go. We're going to do tarot cards first. I'm going to shuffle these. Hello, Rebecca. Welcome in. 33 in the chat. Nice. And yes, thank you, Raessa. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like it, whether you're watching live or watching the replay. And let's take a look at what the message is for us this week. Ooh, I can feel that. Okay. Here we go. We have the Six of Pentacles. This is a card of like charity, but you can take a look at the characters in this card and you can tell that there's a theme. It's like, the theme is like, or the two possibilities is, are you one of these beggars or are you the guy that's able to give the charity? I think that this brings up a, what's coming through from me is he's also holding the balance. So it's like find balance between both like the moments where you feel the despair, like the lack, the poor me, right? Because the beggars like have to be, you know, super humble. And then there's a part of us, this is reflecting like the mirror that lives within us. We're like, there's parts of us that feel that lack. There's parts of us that feel the fear, like, I don't have enough. Oh my God, I'm freaking out. I'm panicking. I'm in anxiety. Like, this is not good, you know? And then there's the part of us that is strong and knows what it has and knows its value. And that's how I'm reading this card. You know, this may not be the traditional reading of any of these cards, to be honest with you, but that's what's coming through for me. It's like the reflection of two sides of us. And the key, this is telling us that like, I'm seeing that these two guys represent him when he's down. And what this card is telling us is that like, give to yourself. Like, give yourself love, you know, like treat yourself with the same kind of like love that you would treat like a child or, you know, someone who really needs help. Like these guys are definitely, they need help and this guy can help them. So he's giving them help. He's also, you know, giving in the actual image, he's only giving the coins to one of them, not the other in the image, right? So this can also bring up the whole two wolves and then which wolf are you going to feed? That's another message coming through from this. It's like, where do you stand in this like theater of life? If you feel down, how can you give to yourself? How can you love yourself back to wholeness? If you feel great, how can you give more? You know? It's like, that's what's coming up. That's actually a really beautiful message. I've never read that card like that. That's kind of interesting, but that's what I saw in it today or this week. And that card represents like where we're coming from, like our current energy. This is fucking epic. Okay. The next card is the Sun. So exciting things are just around the corner because tomorrow the Sun enters its ruling sign of Leo, and it is full on inner child healing and love and passion and creativity and like playfulness. And like, yes, we are ready for the Sun to enter Leo. The Sun also represents the spirit, the soul, it's life force energy. It's like, I'm coming home. The Sun is so excited to be coming back into its own sign. This always reminds me of what the Leo King said about the Sun. He said, he's like, what is the brightest star in our sky? And everybody's like, oh, it's Sirius. Sirius is the brightest star in our sky. And he's like, no, it's not, yo. The brightest star in our sky is the Sun. Take it from a 0 degree Leo Sun. And then me as a 0 degree Leo moon, I'm all about it. I'm like, fuck yeah, the brightest star in our sky is the Sun. So anyways, the Sun is coming home tomorrow. Oh, I feel like that has some like special meaning for some of you. Okay, here we go. This would be kind of like the overall theme. It's a little juggling act. It's funny because this relates to this card for me because there's two here. There's two people here. And it has to do with money and abundance and like, you might, where are you at in this situation? And then here it's like find the balance, right? And then remember with that Pluto, the Sun opposing Pluto, we get the balancing act. We have to find our way in the middle. So this tells me that the week is not going to be an easy week. Like you got to like stay on your toes. You got to like do the little juggling act. It's very circus-like, very, to me, very like mutable Gemini, Uranus and Gemini kind of right thing. It's like, stay up on the ball while you're juggling and be like, I got this, I got this, I got this, but make it fun because this card is playful. This is a playful energy. He's like, dancing. But it also means that there's a lot of things that you got to juggle. And you know what? Like, fuck it. Just do it. Stop procrastinating. That was for me. Anyways. All right. What's the next card? Okay. The next card is Wisdom from the Ancestors. Okay. What do you guys want to tell us? What do our ancestors, spirit guides, angels, teachers want to tell us? What do we have to know? Let's see. Oh, there it is. I like it when the card flies out. No. Yeek. Wheel of Fortune. What? Is it really a twist of fate? Oh. Okay, this is a portal. Okay, so this is saying that big changes are coming. The wheel is spinning and the portal will open up. The door will open up. And I think this is referring to the new moon. The door is opening up to a new possibility, a new timeline. And the question is, are you going to be balanced enough in your little juggling act to be able to walk right through the door? Or are you going to be, not a beggar on the street? Poor me, poor me, poor me, the martyr, right? You don't want to be in the martyr space. You want to be strong, collected, have your shit together, be in balance, even though it's not easy, because an opportunity, a door, a portal is opening to another timeline. This is another timeline that we have the opportunity to step into. The door is open. Holy moly. Oh, interesting. We get the turtle. Okay. No, I like this. Because it's like slow and steady wins the race. That's very much like the balancing act that's coming up with this. Slow and steady progress will get you where you need to be. Take it one step at a time. Thank you. Thank you. We needed to hear that. Turtle knows how to take things slow and is a helpful guide when you feel rushed or pressured by deadlines. I needed to hear that. Don't forget that the best things in life are never rushed or hurried. This is true. Oh. Allow for the natural pace to develop organically in whatever it is you're working towards. Continue to wish for what it is you want, but let go of expectations of how you think it should be. Such good advice. Allow the experience to unfold exactly as it needs to unfold in divine timing. Trust that everything you desire is already manifesting quietly behind the scenes. And when the time is right, get ready to receive those blessings in ways that exceed your motherfucking expectations. All you need to do is continue making steps in the right direction. Satnam. Satnam Waheguru, Satnam Waheguru, Satnam Waheguru, Satnam Waheguru. Do not worry yourself with the timing, and do not get so far ahead that you lose sight of the magic of the present moment. Wow. All I have to say is, fuck yeah. I needed this message from me this week. Feeling a little overwhelmed with the amount of work that I need to do this week, but I'm also feeling excited. There is an exciting energy, and I feel it. It's strong. It's pulsing through me. I know it's pulsing through you too. This is just a positive week. This is a positive energy. This is a very positive reading. So take it, hold it in your heart, and let's fucking go. Let's do it. We got this. Slow and steady wins the race. I love this message. This was exactly what I personally needed to hear. So I hope it was what you needed to hear as well. Let me close the records. From the deepest depths of our soul, we give gratitude and love, for we understand we are a fractal of that cosmic whole. As we give, so we get, open to all possibilities through all time and space. We walk through the Akashic portal back to our inner space, remembering that this wisdom lives within every cell of our being. Thank you, star beings, for holding this sacred space and for protecting us during this journey through time and space. The records are now closed. Are you ready for a new epic timeline? 'Cause I am. Yes. You guys, join me in class tomorrow with Christopher Witecki, Step Astrology course. All the links are below. I also sent an email about it. If you have any questions, just ask me. You can send me a message. You can reply to the email. This is exciting thing. This is the best freaking energy to start. Like we're starting on 0 Leo. Right on my moon. Oh, I love it. This is good. This is good energy. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for supporting this channel. Please join us in our global community. Download my free moon astrology guide. It'll tell you what your psychic gifts are based off of your moon sign. It also enters you into my email list, and I send out a weekly moon magic report every Wednesday with the astrology and the horoscope of the week. And it's really nice. I connect the days to each other so you get the story of the unfoldment of the week, just like you get it here. But it's really nice to get it in the inbox and be able to refer back to it and look at it. Hello, hello, hello. I believe 3 p.m. Pacific tomorrow. I think everybody's going to get an email. Hopefully everybody got an email. Anyways, thank you all for being here. Have an amazing week. This is so exciting. I'm so excited. And I will see you guys all again. Let's see, when am I going live again? Wednesday for the new moon in Leo astrology. Yes, Kim is here. So thank you. And I'll see you guys in a couple days. Satnam.